Hi Maria, back with another video. It's 3:23 p.m. and it's December 27th, Friday afternoon, and I'm in the process of getting housework done. And I finished out writing out my stuff that I was working on earlier, so I'm just kind of focusing on my house right now. I can't move any faster. I will say, even though I know that I'm in a very tight spot, I just don't feel like I have like deep motivation to really put forth any effort. I can't make things go faster than you know. It's a lot of it has to do with the trauma that I experienced, and even though it's something I can't just quickly do, and I'm very glad that I actually got up and took care of that this morning. Really, I did. I'm very glad that I did that. So anyway, I was thinking about this issue of people like my ex brother-in-law and him being in communication with Joel's family as well as Stephen's family. And I feel as though, I only want to say this like one more time, okay? Because really, what that whole thought, it really makes me want to throw up too. The thought that somebody would try to pressure somebody into marriage, or try to lead them towards somebody that they find repulsive. You know, that's disturbing to me. And I know he's probably thinking, well, they could probably help you out get a better job, blah 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 blah. Maybe, probably, but then I would still have to deal with the animosity and everything. And I can't forgive someone who does something like that. I can't. And then obviously I would not get along with either of those mothers, whether that be Joel's mother or Stephen's mother, because they have their strong opinions, and I have my strong opinions, okay? And I would not be happy in that family dynamic. See, I grew up in a family dynamic, right, that was very abusive, okay? So either one of those choices would be abusive to me. It would be, okay? So I couldn't do that. And I don't want to seem impossible or like, I'm being, it's just like I said, number one, this was imposed on me. I wasn't something that I asked for. You know what I mean? And yeah, I did like Stephen when I was in high school. And, looking at the pictures, he's a very handsome person. But when I consider all of this, and then plus him being influenced by someone that I'm not comfortable with, okay? Jim Colligan's views disturb me, okay? They disturb me because they're forceful. I feel as though they're degrading to women. I'm not comfortable with it, and if I had someone I wanted in my life, okay, and they were influenced by my family, which means that they're going to treat me based off how my family views me. They're going to be abrasive. That's the only thing that you can get. So the behavior of, Elsie and Polly shouldn't be too surprising, because this is where it's coming from. You know what I mean? And aside from that, the Facebook drama that got blown way out of proportion. People thinking, I'm living the life on Facebook. None of my pictures indicated that I was living the life on Facebook. Really. I mean, like, I basically have pictures of myself on there. I have pictures with my son on there, a pair of my old shoes, and some quirky shit that nobody gave a shit about, right? But everybody seems to think, or the talk and the gossip and all this other stuff starts going back and forth. When some people get married for love. Some people get married for financial resources. And, when you deprive someone that right to, and I feel like I really want to cry when I think about this, because, I feel as though this Jim Colligan person is a monster. I feel as though I'm like literally traumatized on so many levels that somebody would actually think that this was okay. Sure, I did like Stephen in high school, okay? But, I understand a little bit more about his family dynamic, the makeup of it and everything like that. I couldn't be happy in a family like that. I couldn't. There would be serious fights all the time. And there wouldn't be a need for me to feel any warmth or anything like that. Jim Colligan doesn't have a problem being married to someone he doesn't truly love. Because he looks at it as just what a lot of people do. What a lot of what they call traditional marriages were established for. Financial resourcing, wealth building, okay? But that is never something I wanted. You know what I mean? I always dreamed of marriage for love. Now, I know some people are like, oh, well, whatever, but I'm not going to marry someone I don't love. I'm just not. Okay? And I know most people aren't worthy of love. See, I understand how things are. You know what I mean? I do. I understand how things are. I understand why they're established the way they're established, okay? And I know that I can't be content like that. There are times I spent most of my time away from Joel while we were married, okay? Why? Or when I thought we were married. I don't thrive very well with people, and when I do, I'm okay with them for a little bit, and then I want to go back to my little hole. Why? Because this is how I've been conditioned. I'm almost 50 years old. I've been this way all this time. So it's not, I don't want it. You know what I mean? And then to put me in a situation where I'm like, well, you're basically trying to force marriage on me. Once I know somebody is associated with the people who put me in this situation, I want to get as far away from these people as I possibly can. The whole Joel setup with him being married to his mom and stuff like that. Like, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders and be like, okay, well, that's okay. I can overlook that. No. I was set up. Meaning, you knew this person was... No. Do you understand how anxiety-inducing that is? That's disgusting. It's like, do you know what you just did? I'm not comfortable with it. Okay? And I'm not comfortable with, you talking to Stephen's family, and really, I wish I could have continued to believe that this family was the way that I had imagined them all those years. It would have been far more comfortable for me to not know what he's doing right now than to have all this shit shed and brought to light of what I know now and what his mom's like and what these people are capable of doing. You know what I mean? How selfish and uncaring they are and how, abusive they are. That's abusive. I would have been better off not knowing that. So I understand what my dad was talking about, like when, you think it's okay to look up people that you used to know. Not always. Sometimes it's better to remember them that way. Jim Colligan made a big, big mistake. He dehumanizes people. He doesn't understand. Maybe he thinks, it's practical. It is. It's practical. Marriage can be practical. Okay? But I deal with too much bullshit, in my life to just be around anybody. I'm not cut out for, marriage. I'm not cut out for it. I'm not. Because I have a very low tolerance level. I don't want to have to deal with what I consider to be something that would make my skin crawl. Okay? Those sort of relationships, I'm not trying to bash it. Maybe they enjoy it. They think it's great. That would make my skin crawl. People touching me that I don't want them touching me. People even implying shit about me, wanting to do that shit to me when I'm not attracted to them. That makes me ill. Okay, but I can say, well, you know what? They gave me a good job and I got money. That's no goddamn different than a whore. That's no different than a fucking whore. In my mind. So, stay out of my shit. Do not make those sort of decisions for me. That, you just go way too far. And what you're really trying to do is you're trying to get your hand in both families because both families probably have maybe sizable resources and whatever, and you want to make it convenient for you. Well, enter those covenants as their friend. How about that? You want to be friends with these people or you want a connection with these people. Maybe they're still willing to have you around if you are their friend. Okay? But I don't want to be in that covenant. I don't want it. Okay? That's just how it is. This whole thing has traumatized me and made me very ill. All because people don't have, common sense or they don't have, proper etiquette. They're unable to empathize. I know there's a lot of people who get married and who are doing it for financial reasons. And really, I'm not judging one way or the other, okay? But I don't want to be expected to put up with things that make me ill. That makes me ill. It makes me ill and makes me unable to sleep at night knowing that Jim Colligan thought it was okay to do this. It's not okay. And the minute I would have found out, like, let's just say, for example, Stephen Liles knocked on my door, okay? And he and I started dating, and I overlooked all the issues that he's got going on mentally or whatever. And the minute I found out that he was associated with my family and he was going to report back to them things that I do and all this other shit, I would have had his ass thrown out the door. I would want my protection. I would no longer trust this man ever again. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, my family has betrayed me. They betrayed me. They abused me, and they did all kinds of horrible things to me, and then they're going to send one of their informants, right? Because that's what they're going to make him into, an informant. Not somebody who truly cares about me. And if he does, he's going to be one of those double agents. I don't fuck double agents. I don't want double agents in my life. I want people who are sincere with me. That's what I want. Okay? And I can assure you, if I would have met him many years ago, and if he and I did start dating, I would have introduced him to you guys, but I would not have allowed him to have developed a link with you guys. Because every time that shit happens, people fucking somehow or another start rolling over my ass, which he eventually ended up doing anyway. And now I figure out all this other shit and stuff like that. So no, I mean, stop doing shit that you think, you know, what you're doing is wrong. If you want a covenant with, like, the Graham family, if you want a covenant with the Liles family, enter that covenant as some sort of a friendship, okay? But leave me the fuck out of it. Leave me out of it. Okay? I don't hate Stephen Liles, okay? But I honestly can tell you what, I'm a little concerned about his mom. Okay? Because if his mom is going to sit here and attack me, and then she's going to look at me as some sort of rival, that's a problem. Okay? Because she does not like me. And she will never treat me well. She's always going to try to hurt me. Always. I don't want it. As a, you know, in this life we have choice and we have chance, okay? It was just by chance that I ended up being raised in a family that was continuously abusive of me. As an adult, I want my choice. I deserve a choice. I have a right to have a choice, and I don't want to choose that. You know? I'm pretty solid. I can't see how in the world I would ever fall in love with anyone to get married, because all I care about is me surviving. That's it. That's it. I don't want to open myself up even a little bit to somebody's dumb, abusive, like, stupid whims. They're forcing me to cater to their dumb whims and all this other shit. Fuck that. All I care about is keeping a roof over my head and keeping my mouth fed. That's it. At this point, because what you did to me is just, I can't even, it's too much. You know? It's like you stepped over the line. And you don't understand that you did. That's why I can't sleep at night. That's why I'm disturbed. Okay? I don't want a relationship with Polly. The very fact that she's sitting here lingering on and doing stuff, you know, it disturbs me. This woman was married to somebody that I thought I was married to. And a bunch of shit happened along the way. I lost my job because of this person, and you expect me to sit here and want to be, like, married into her? Open your damn eyes. You know what I mean? I'm just, you know, I'm just really, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry that I look at this person as a curse. I look at Jim Colligan as a curse. I do. He's somebody who unleashes all kinds of evil and fucked up shit onto people. I don't want to deal with him. Okay? I don't want to deal with people who are associated with him. You know? Sorry, you know, like I said, you know, I thought the Liles men are very good looking. They are very good looking indeed. Handsome. They got, you know, beautiful features. Okay? But when you start abusing me, that doesn't matter. You know? I am so sorry that this man came into my family. I mean, my family was already bad, but this just fucking added shit onto, it just created so many problems. Okay? Like I said, my teenage years, my adult years, and then I'm an older woman and he wants to sit here and plow into my shit. Just leave me the fuck alone. Pick up your shit and leave me the fuck alone. I can't stand you. I cannot stand you at all. I don't have any fucking feelings or desire to sit here and be in any family like that. I just don't. You're the one who sat there and created these problems for me. You did. You came in here, you caused all this problem, all this ruckus, and then you want to sit here and create more issues. Everything that you do, your life is a comedy of errors, and you just mess shit up. Okay? And then you get angry because I stand up for myself, and you want to sit here and you kind of clamp down more on me. It's like, look, I'm sorry if that kind of shit doesn't turn me on. I'm sorry if I don't agree with your religious views. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I am sorry that you don't understand. Leave me alone.